Hi, everybody. It's Holly Million the Shaman Artist, and welcome to my talk. You are the medicine, shamanic self transformation for a new self and a new world. I'm doing my talk live on an iPad today. My Chromebook did not work. I may not be able to see you there or respond to your comments, but I do appreciate your comments. If you're there, just put a comment down. Let me know where you're located, maybe what brought you to my talk. And without further ado, let me dive right in. The reason that I'm delivering this talk, You Are the Medicine, Shamanic Self Transformation for a New Self in a New World, is that I and others that I know are expressing overwhelm looking at the news. If you look at the headlines, if you're watching the videos online, you know that this is a time of extremes. And many people are saying that they don't know how to deal with this. It's overwhelming their nervous system. It's making them ask, what should I do? So when the world is falling apart, the big world, my advice is that you start transforming yourself and your own world, because that's what you truly have control over. And I'm going to explain to you why that's very important and share how shamanic self transformation can help you create the new world that we all need, starting right where you are. My main message is, and always is, you are the medicine. You hold in yourself the answers to what the world needs and is looking for. So, my name is Holly Million, and I am a professional shaman. I'm also an artist, an herbal medicine maker, and I am a micro homesteader. I've been converting my home in Oakland, California into an herb farm, micro farm. I'm also a super intuitive and a shamanic adept. So I do shamanic work. I've been doing this work for 11 years. And what exactly do? I do traditional shamanic things in a modern way. And I really can't believe that this is my job. It's a great job. I love my job. I've been doing it for 11 years. I have clients all over the United States and in Canada. I do shamanic healing sessions with them by phone and by Zoom. I also do the in-person sessions at my magical studio here at my micro farm. I also do, in addition to working with people, I also do land, home, and business energy clearing and healing work. And this is what I love to call haunted home repair. I have worked on a lot of properties, let me tell you. But this isn't what I set out to do. I had my own journey of self transformation. And that's why I'm an ambassador now for self transformation. In the past, I had long careers as a film producer, a film director. I also had a 35-year career working in the nonprofit field. I was an executive director multiple times, even for international organizations. I was a nonprofit fundraising consultant. I had tremendous success in the material world, and I also learned that my earthly powers are great. But at the same time, I was really hiding a huge part of myself, my intuitive, spiritual, and mystical self. And my personal story is about embracing that other self and developing the courage to be that and do that in the world, to be my whole self, to show up as I am, to speak my truth, to not be afraid to be all that I am in the world, because I know that I am the medicine, and my doing these things will encourage other people to feel confident enough to do the same. That is my personal mission. So I'm now doing professional shamanic work full time. And if you're not familiar with a shaman is traditionally somebody who has acted as a bridge between the spiritual and the material worlds and connecting them. You could think of a shaman as a doctor of the soul. You can think of them as an intermediary who helps the people that they work with to access their own inner guidance, their spiritual guides. And that's the work that I do. Some of the traditional things that shamans do that I do in a modern way are things like soul retrieval, helping my clients through shamanic journey, doing energy work and healing, spirit detachment work, home and land repair, as I've said, energetic repair. I also move on the dead who may be stuck at locations. I help my clients who are experiencing blockages to get unblocked. Many people who come and work with me are those who are experiencing some sort of an impasse. Maybe they're at a threshold, they can feel they want to break through, but they don't know how to do it. I help them navigate that. I help people who have chronic pains. I have had clients with chronic migraines we've been able to resolve. I have clients who have recurring nightmares, sometimes happening over decades, that we are able to resolve. Help people with heavy emotional burdens that they cannot let go of, going through big initiations in their lives. So I help people get unblocked and help them recover access to their own NI, their own natural intelligence, their own inner guidance, their own primordial confidence, their own personal sovereignty, their mental clarity, their inner peace, and their own life force energy. So, one way to think of me is that I am an authentic guide, and I've walked the path myself, so I understand what you're going through. I'm also the founder of Soul Arts Workshop, which is a school for intuitives, creatives, and healers, and it helps them to embrace their gifts and when they're ready to bring those gifts out into the world. I'll tell you a little bit more about Soul Arts Workshop at the end, and then I have some offers to make for you. But let's go back to our original subject. So, the world. The world itself. It may or may not be foobar, but it is definitely stuck, and we don't seem to progress. Why are we still fighting wars in the Middle East? We're still doing the same things that we've been doing through human history and definitely during the patriarchy for the last several thousand years. This is the pattern: violence, aggression, domination, and a lot of suffering. We don't seem to be able to transform. So I have good news. As I mentioned before, you are the medicine, and your self transformation will transform the world and create the new world we are longing for. I like to use the metaphor of defensible space. If you live in California and you're near a wildfire zone, you know what I'm talking about. If you're in another part of the country, I'll explain quickly. I live in Northern California and I live in the wildland urban interface. That means that my property is at greater risk for a fire, being damaged by wildfire. So we are required to create defensible space. We have to clear 100 feet from our homes and make sure it's free of dead trees and debris. And so this gives us additional safety. So what I do with my clients and with my apprentices who work with me is I teach them how to create spiritual defensible space. You work on yourself, you become a clear person, you free yourself from your addictions and the things that are causing you to be stuck. And now you have helped the collective get a little bit clearer and a little bit freer. That's the basic message. So when the world is falling apart, you start creating a new one by starting where you are and working with what you have and doing what you can. By transforming yourself, you're going to transform the whole world. Now, we have to get unstuck, and it can take time and it can be a daunting task. I understand being stuck. I came from a family where there was a lot of abuse and neglect. I was very traumatized. My parents suffered from alcoholism and mental health issues, but I was a very shamanic little girl. Now I know that looking back. I would do shamanic things to protect myself, creating energy shields around myself, shape shifting myself. I did that without any teaching. This is what was helping me to survive in that environment. But I also learned to hide myself and to hold back a whole lot of myself, especially my spiritual gifts, which would not be received well in my family of origin. So I was contained and repressed like that for at least 30 years. But I like to say, psyche, don't play that. And your psyche will not cooperate in keeping itself contained. And eventually it may burst out of that container. You may experience a spiritual emergence. You may experience some sort of a crisis in your life. People often have midlife crises. This is psyche coming out. There may be initiations. Your psychic gifts may start emerging. You may start to realize that you're claircognizant or clairvoyant. Why am I having these experiences? It's because your psyche is expanding and it demands to be expressed. So my self-transformation took 30 years approximately, from the time I was 30 until now. So now I'm 61 years old. It's still unfolding. It's a constant journey. But I am now happy to say that I am a whole person and I'm confident in myself. I have very few burdens that I carry any longer, and I feel free. And now my mission is to help others to experience that. My mission is to be a guide to help others to do that. I got to do that starting when I was 50, and I realized I might be a shaman because my mystical and spiritual abilities were increasing dramatically. So I found teachers who were practicing shamans, who'd worked for decades, who'd been taught by teachers from all different cultures and backgrounds. I developed my abilities. I started working professionally, and I love what I do. And the main reason is I have the joy of witnessing individuals get unstuck all the time. That is the happiest thing in the world for me. And I look at the world, I say, okay, it's stuck, but why can't we get it unstuck? What do we need to do? And I see that it requires a critical mass of people all doing this individual spiritual work, each creating their own defensible space. And when enough people do that, we get to critical mass and we have a breakthrough. That's when the world will become unstuck. A couple of weeks ago, I had a prophetic dream. Are there any other super champion dreamers out there? Because I'm definitely one of those. I've always had hyper real dreams, cinematic dreams. Maybe that's why I became a filmmaker. A couple of weeks ago, I had a dream walking down a street, came to a house that looked very attractive to me. And a man came out, young man. We struck up a conversation, and then the conversation moved inside the house. And I saw that I was inside what looked like a reception area with a reception desk and a picture window on the back wall that looked out over what appeared to be a college campus with beautiful manicured lawns, giant oak trees, college buildings. And I asked him, is that a college? And he said, absolutely. And I said, what's the name? And he gave a name. I had to have him repeat it. And the name was Sheila, Schliele, de la Monde. And I looked everything up. There's two languages there, probably Yiddish or Hebrew. Sheila means healing. It's the name of an angel. And de la Monde means of the world. So the name of the school is Healing of the World. So pretty prophetic dream. And this is where we're at right now. We're actually at the cosmological moment. I asked my guides very recently, looking at the world, what is the meaning of all of this? And they said, the mission is to create a soul free of all constraints and to reveal a radiant soul. I thought, but That's very straightforward. That's quite a direct mission. It takes work to get there, but this is the work of the time. And the cosmology and the astrology, if you're paying attention, there are events happening that haven't happened for 6,000 years. So this is the time. And the message that the time is giving us is, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? This is it. You have to live your authentic self, do what you came here to do. So are you ready to be the medicine? Are you ready to heed the call to adventure? I'm ready. And I'd like to offer you this framework from my shamanic work. There are 3 core phases. The first is be unafraid. The second is embrace all that you are. And the third is transform the world. The shamanic self-transformation comes by releasing what no longer serves you or whatever is not you. Whatever's coming from outside of you that's interfering, you release it. And you must be unafraid of facing what's there and be fearless in releasing it. The second part is embrace all that you are. You need to call in your true power, your true soul parts, your true soul essence, so you can become whole and bring your gifts forward. You embrace everything you are, the dark, the light, whatever it is. If it's really you, you take it, you work with it, you transform it. And as you do that, you get to the third phase, where you transform the world. This is where you're operating more and more as your true self in the world, as you. No filters, no masks, no holding back. And at this stage, you transform everything you touch, yourself, your life, your home, your relationships, your work, your world, everything. It really is a miracle. You have unique talents and gifts, and it's urgent that they come forward now. There is only one of you, and that's your superpower, so don't hide your light. This is the time that's supporting you, and your new self will help create the new world because you are the medicine. So thank you for being the medicine that our world needs now. I'm going to share for 1 minute some information about my school, Soul Arts Workshop, and then I'd love to give you a couple of gifts and offers at the end. So Soul Arts Workshop was originally the Shamanic Arts Institute, and it's coming back out into the world with a new name to embrace more people. It is a school for visionaries, creatives, intuitives, and healers that helps them to connect with their own natural intelligence, their intuition, their inner guidance, to embrace their spiritual passions and make their vision embodied and real in the world. We offer programs to help emerging intuitives, including women, non-binary people, and trans women, and help them to explore their intuition and gifts and to recognize their power. And we also work with full-fledged intuitives to assist them to come out fully. Like, I was a hidden intuitive and gifted shaman, but I was hidden. We want you to come out fully and proudly strut your stuff on a public stage. And we're here to help you to do that and feel confident about doing that. We offer a shamanic apprentice program, and we have had people graduate from the program who are between 16 years old and 83 years old and everything in between. Our level 1 helps you develop a shamanic toolkit, including learning how to shamanic journey and connecting with your allies and so much more. Level 2, you deepen skills and work with me personally as I do my professional shamanic work. And level 3 is a graduate program of your design. You do not have to want to be a practicing shaman. You may just want to use these skills in your own work. And we're also launching a program called Crone Rangers, which is for visionary women who are 50 plus and out of F's, and who want to use their wisdom and power to help create the new world. That program will be launching this year. So my offers to you are the following: a free 20-minute discovery call with me, no obligation. You can ask me all the questions you want. Um, if you want to just chit chat, I'm cool with that. You can set up a call with me for free. And in addition, I'm offering everybody through New Era Fest 20% off any of my shamanic services, including my one-on-one shamanic sessions by phone or in person in the San Francisco Bay Area, my home and land energetic repair work, which can be done in person or remotely. I'll explain how. And the Shamanic Apprentice program. Everything is 20% off for New Era Fest attendees. And so if you're interested in any of my offers, you want to just do a free call and have a fun time with me, that's cool. Or learn more and see if this is a good fit for you, comment shaman below, SHAMAN, and claim your offers, and I'll direct share with you all the details and we'll follow up. So again, this is Holly Million the Shaman Artist. So happy to be here and part of the festival. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you again. Take care.